What's going on, YouTubers? My apologies, really. It has been a hot minute since I have uploaded a YouTube video. All the way back from my start, bread route in Alabama, through bread route bitching. For those of you that have seen my videos, bread route bitching actually was me and my Uncle Shannon, who has now passed away. He passed away about a year and a half ago. I miss him dearly. I think about him every day. The dude was a spectacular man, and honestly, I was blessed to have him in my life for the short amount of time that I did. So, rest in peace, Uncle Shannon. Here now, I left Prime. I gave them my year after obtaining my CDL Class A, and I am now with Climate Express. Climate, honestly, a really good company. Have really nothing bad to say about them. They keep me rolling. I get home time just about as regular as I want. So, really good company to work for. Just an update on what's going on, pretty much. It's crazy. It's crazy making another YouTube video after everything that's going on, and I just figured I'd give y'all an update because I am going to start putting more content on my channel, because there's things that I want to get out there. There's knowledge that I want to pass along for those of you that are about to make big changes in your life, because the only thing that we truly can do for each other nowadays, with everything that's going on with the new presidency and the COVID that's going on nowadays. My apologies for not wearing a mask. But I just want you to know that the knowledge that I have obtained over the years throughout my short life on this world has benefited me in a certain type of way, to where I was able to do everything that I was wanting to do. So I'd like to pass that knowledge on to y'all to see if that could possibly help, maybe put you on the right path to be able to make money, to make happiness, to even clearing off your bucket list, if you will. But it just depends on those who want to stay tuned for what is to come. It may not be for you, or it could change your life. That is completely up to you. It is what it is, man. But this company, even with a year of experience, Climate Express, based out of Union, Missouri, really good folks, really, really funny crowd to work around. It's never a dull moment back at the yard, I'll tell you that. The yard, honestly, itself is really small. Probably, I want to say 8 bays. Of course, you got one bay that you go through. They check your truck over. They get your mileage, APU hours. They get your maintenance numbers. Right now, they've got me in a 2020 Volvo VNL 760. Really good truck. Really kind of fancy, honestly. I can't complain about it. But they don't have a lease operations or owner operations side of their company. It is all strictly company drivers. However, determining on your experience that you have as an OTR driver or local driver. Oh wow, my fingers just popped. But based on your experience, that's how much you would get as your CPM, which for most people, CPM means cents per mile. Meaning that every mile that you drive, you get that percentage of cents for it. Like, some people will make 48 cents a mile. Well, for every mile that you drive, you get 48 cents a mile. Well, some people would be like, hey, James, that doesn't sound like a lot of money. Well, you got to factor that in. You may be getting 48 cents a mile, but if you drive 2,500 miles for a week, yeah, that's a good chunk of change. So, for those of you that think that there is little to no money in truck driving, not entirely sure where you'd hear that from, but there is money in truck driving. There is. You're away from home a lot, but for those of you that have the heart of a nomad, or those of you who honestly and unfortunately don't have a family that care about you to the point to where you want to be home, then this is a really good opportunity for a job for you. There's so many companies out here that are willing to give you your CDL, teach you how to be successful in the trucking world. Prime, Swift, yes, I said Swift. I believe CR England has something now. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't really done a lot of research because I have my Class A CDL. I went through Prime, as my previous video showed. Truthfully, there's a lot of companies out there, and some of them will promise you sign-on bonuses, so many cents per mile. Please let me be the first one to squash this. Just because you're making 62 cents per mile doesn't mean that you're going to make a big check. Sometimes that means that they're giving you a lot of cents per mile because they're only going to get so many miles every week. I've had a buddy who was making above 60 cents a mile. Honestly, it sounded fabulous. But the thing about it is when you're only driving 1,200, 2,000 miles a week, because dispatch is limited, or sales is limited on the loads that they can give you, then what's really the point? Truthfully, out here, unless you're a lease operator or an owner op, which kudos to y'all that are owner ops, but unless you're either one of those and you are strictly a company driver, miles are everything. I'm not, don't get me wrong, you can come out here and make excuse me, no corona, but but for those of you that are about making your money, paying your bills, setting some money back, I can't blame you. Make your money, because that's what it's all about. That's why we're out here. That's why we're away from family. Mind you, I have an awesome family. My family loves the hell out of me for some reason. Not entirely sure why, but they do. They love me unconditionally. I love my home time. When I go home, I see my mom, I see my sister, I see my grandparents, as screwy as they are. They're crazy. I love them. It is what it is. But truthfully, while you're out here, drive those miles. When you want to go home, go home. Go home 2, 3, 4 days. You know what it is. But get that experience, because there's companies out here that require X amount of OTR experience for you to drive for them. Those are the companies that you want. And actually, I was listening to another YouTuber earlier. Oh man, this guy's trucking. This trucking guy. It was something like that. That dude is friggin' hilarious. Trust me, there's so many YouTube channels nowadays that just are all about truck driving, and it astounds me because it trips me up so bad, because it's so funny the way these people put it out there about truck driving. Me, I only have about a year and a half of experience, honestly, because I came off the road for about 6-7 months. I went to work with my buddies over at O'Reilly's. I was assistant manager. Great environment. Honestly, if you're a homebody and you want a good group of people to work with, O'Reilly's is the place. Honestly, you're going to deal with a bunch of bullshit, but that's what it is, man. That's the job. That's the part of being an adult. But anyways, sidetracked. I'm sorry. But back to Climate. Great company to work for. They put you in good machines. The Volvo VNL 760 series. They're a great truck. Could be better on the fuel economy. Not even gonna lie. We're governed to 65 miles an hour. You get a CPM determined on your experience level of OTR or local. Most of the time they prefer you to have OTR experience over local, but they're willing to work with you. They don't, unfortunately, have a training plan, so don't expect to come over here driving, with a trainer or anything. They're gonna 3-day orientation and back in a truck. But that's how it is. When you've got experience, the best thing for you to do is find those companies that are willing to be like, hey, look, We're hiring you to be a driver. We want a driver. We don't want a slave. We don't want a computer. If we wanted that, we'd be rolling with Tesla trucks. You know, the self-driving trucks. How that's ever going to work, I'll never know. But, anywho, plenty of space. Twin bunks so you can have a relative or girlfriend or wife or boyfriend or husband. Whatever you got. You could have them on the truck with you. You got dogs? They're dog friendly. Unfortunately, not really cat friendly. Nah, I haven't really got the full story on that one yet. But dogs, yes. Cats, you better try. But the newer series, they come with a built-in fridge. They got a closet. A closet, all right? I'm serious. I got my clothes hanging up. That's awesome. This is literally like a mini apartment. I love it. I've got my Uniden Bearcat 980, my CB. I've got my Garmin. You know, trucking is so easy nowadays, and it's such an easy way to make money as long as you keep your head right. Remember, you're in an 80,000 pound, that's 40 tons, 80,000 pound missile. You've got diesel fuel. You've got the freight behind you that's pushing you. You got to be careful out here. You really do. Because if not, you could be the difference between getting your load to where it's going or stopping that family that's in front of you in a minivan from making it to McDonald's. And I ain't talking about just messing up their ride either. You've got to be careful out here. It's no longer being a truck driver. You're no longer a truck driver. Out here, you're not a truck driver. You're not a steering wheel holder. You're not a key jingler. No. You have to be a professional driver. And I mean, I get it. You know, you see some of these people out here driving Volvos and Freightliners and Peterbilts. You know, they got their feet kicked up on the dash. You know, they're sitting over here watching Netflix on their iPad and stuff like that. I get it. I really do. It's a long, boring day. You barely got anybody to talk to. And for some companies, you can't talk to anybody. You can only listen to the radio and drink on your A&W root beer. Tasty. But I have a strong group of friends I'm able to talk to on the daily. That helps my day go by quick. If anything, I'd have to say that it's almost like the military. I mean, not to the percentage of the camaraderie and the brotherhood that the military has, but there's just something about it. When you have a strong group of people that you talk to on the daily, when you have a strong group of people that you're in a career path that you love as much as I do, you're able to provide for your family. You're able to stock back money. You know, you're able to buy everything that you want. You're able to make your dreams come true. Having good friends and having a good group of people to talk to while you drive, it's like having a support chain. You know, for the military people, it's like having a support chain. If you're mentally unstable, it's good to have your leadership to talk to. You know, hey Sarge, I've got this going on. Well, hey, let me, help you figure that out. That's how my friends are. My friends and me are like family. Go ahead and put a shout out here. Zachary Miracle, Alex Starcher, Mike Wilson. What's up, Big Mike? Even Sean Z. Sean, I don't like your last name. I'm not going to try to pronounce that shit. But we used to have a really big group. I mean, massive. But over the years, it's dwindled. It really has, Some drivers have went off to other companies. Some drivers have went off to be day cabbers. Other drivers have just said, fuck truck driving altogether. It is what it is, man. Sometimes that stuff happens. It's the same thing that happens out of high school. Friends, they go into different areas. Never hear from them again. For those of you that have kept up with your friends from high school, hey, I say kudos, because that's something. That means you've got a true blue, down-home friend. Anywho, I've made this video about 15 minutes long. just letting y'all know I am about to come out with more content. I'm going to show you some of the areas that I'm traveling. Unfortunately, I'm not going to show you the area that I'm at right now. I'm in a small town over in Missouri, waiting to get unloaded over at the Walmart DC. It's cloudy. It's cloudy and it's windy and it's kind of miserable. But strong thanks to OTR Mobile for hooking me up with my Wi-Fi. OTR Mobile, I'm paying about $90 a month before taxes. I get unlimited free Wi-Fi. For those of you truck drivers that's out there, you know, you like gaming, you like Xbox, PlayStation, you got your laptop, you like Hulu, Netflix, what's up. But you want strong Wi-Fi, go to OTRmobile.com. Those people right there will hook you up. I'm telling you, it's a little bit difficult right now because, you know, they've got such a vast number of people that's wanting to join. But for true blue, unlimited, no data cap, no slowdown, Wi-Fi, OTRmobile.com. That's a straight shout out. They're not paying me to say that. I've had their service before when I was working for Prime. I never really had a problem with them. I've had, you know, it'll be a hiccup every once in a while, but nothing's perfect. So just remember that. Anywho, y'all, please expect more content from me. I will be back. Rest in peace, Uncle Shannon. We love you very much. We miss you dearly. Y'all take it easy and have a nice day.